Hey, can everybody see me here? I'm not sure. Hey, can everybody see me here? I'm not sure. This is the first time. Just want to make sure everybody can see me here. I think we have a lag problem here. This is the first time that I've done a live cast with the Get Business Credit YouTube channel. So bear with me here. Let me see if there's something I can do to slow down or fix the connection problem that I think we're having here. Is that any better? Brandon, what's up, man? Is it coming through okay? Or is it lagging? Just testing here before we get started. Just testing here, make sure that everything's okay, running and stuff, because I don't know if it's my computer or what it is. I just want to make sure everything's running okay for all you guys. Just bear with me. This is the very first time I've ever done a live cast, so. Cavasto, all right, good. Ready. Brandon, okay. Mr. Finley, yes, it's better. I'm going to clear up. I think it's my computer. I think my RAM is not so great. Can you guys hear me okay? Small lag, okay. Let me close some more programs. I have literally like 100 tabs running. Bear with me here. We'll get started, I promise. Just bear with me, guys. Bear with me here. Let me just close down some things. Should have done this before, but this was kind of the spurt of the moment that I put together this live cast to do. That's because the IRS website was down, and I was going to do about the IRS EIN number. But a lot of you guys probably don't need that, but that's what was the plan for today. All right, sounds good. All right, good. Denville, am I saying it right? Okay. All right, audio's clear. Lag is on the image. Okay. I'll work on that, you guys, all right? I don't know if that's my computer or connection or what it is, but I'll work on that. The next cast will be better. Like I said, this is the very first cast that I've ever done, and I'm not so technical when it comes to computer hardware, so I'll work on that. So anyways, just like the teaser video kind of said, this is a live cast video that I wanted to put out for you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been patient, and just wanted to see if you guys had any questions at all. You know, anything that you guys, you know, any questions you have, I'm here to answer you guys. Right now, I currently have about $850,000 in credit line between two of my companies. I own 4 different companies. And just so I can let you guys know, yeah, I can see the actual videos lagging. But yeah, this is our official sponsor here. It's our official sponsor of this video. Red Bull. No, I'm just joking. I wish. Okay. Yeah. So answer away, or I shouldn't say answer away. Let me know any questions you guys have. Anything from fleet cards to tier one, tier two. I don't want to say tier three because so many people talk about tier three on, say, Facebook groups and around the internet, but you really won't see anything about tier three on YouTube because there really is no tier three. Tier three is really bank financing, and there really is no tier three vendors. So let me just bust that myth right now. There is no tier three. So don't worry about tier three. There is no tier three. You need to get your tier one and tier two build up. Once you have your tier two build up, then you can go on to bank financing. And I guess that's what you would call tier three. But tier three, there really is no tier three vendors. A tier three vendor would be Citibank or Bank of America or your local bank, you know. All right, let me get to the questions here. I saw there's some questions come through. Let me just try to get rid of some lag here because I think it's my RAM, I think is what's doing it. And let me close some things. Just bear with me, you guys. I really appreciate you guys, your patience. Really appreciate it. Let me close some more things to see if that helps with the video at all. Because I really don't like to put a first cast out and it'd be crappy quality. Alright, bear with me 1 second. Alright guys, is that any better? Promise next time I'll have everything in order. Okay, great. Yeah, Mr. Friendly. Yes, it's better. Okay. Vasto, small lag. I'm working on it, man. Darno Anthony. Yeah, it's clear. Alright, thanks, man. Yeah, the sound's good. I have a pretty good microphone. Let's see here. Audio's clear. Okay, first question here. Is it okay to max out your business credit cards? From Gavasto, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. No, do not max out your business credit cards because it's the same thing as your debt to income ratio. It's going to be reported the same way as personal credit. It's going to be the same exact. There really isn't anything different. The only thing different is when you have you apply for credit and you get a hard pull on your personal credit versus your business credit. Personal credit, that's going to affect your score and negatively affect your approvals. It can ding your score. It does the same thing on the business side, but not as much and not to the same degree. But when you're maxing out, say, your business credit cards, and you clarify what credit cards you're talking about, because I could tell you which ones would report on your DTI or your debt to income ratio on that. But no, you don't want to max out. I would say when it comes to business, you don't need to stay under the 30% rule. With personal credit, you want to stay under that 30% threshold with personal credit. But with business credit, vendors and banks, they know that, you don't need to be under that 30% threshold mark. They understand, business, and I know I keep on saying, I'm trying to get better about not saying that. But anyways, so you don't really need to stay under the 30% mark, but I would say a good rule of thumb is to stay under 60%. So if you have a $10,000 credit line with whatever company that may be, whether it be a tier 1 vendor, tier 2 vendor, credit card or whatever, as long as it's reporting on your business credit report, whether it be Dun and Bradstreet, Experian Commercial, or Equifax Business, or Creditsafe, or Small Business Financial Exchange. You want to make sure that you're staying under 60%, because no matter what, if the higher that ratio is, your Paydex score or your Intel score or your Equifax score or your Creditsafe score is going to go down. If you're maxing out that. It's kind of the same concept as personal credit, but they give you more, I guess, leadway when it comes to business credit. So to give you a kind of example, with one credit card I have with Divvy, say, for example, $150,000 credit line. I can use, say, 75, 80,000 of that in 1 month. It's not going to hurt anything when they're reporting it to Dun and Bradstreet. It's not affecting my credit score. But if I'm using $130,000 or $140,000 of the $150,000 credit line, then yes, it's negatively hurting my Dun and Bradstreet, and they report also to Experian. And Small Business Financial Exchange. So whoever they're reporting to, each bureau has their own algorithm on how that it affects on a debt to income ratio for the business itself. So I know it was a long answer, but I hope kind of that made it, a little easier for you to understand. But yeah, don't treat it the same way as personal credit, but you can kind of double it. So they say the rule of thumb is 30% for personal credit. If your limit's $1,000, don't charge more than $300 for the month. So on business side, don't charge more than $600. So that's the best thing I can say to you as far as answering that question. But just make sure you always pay them early or on time. The other thing you want to make sure, a little tidbit here, if you pay your invoices, if it's a net 30 account, if you pay it early, 7 days or 10 days early, that's going to report to Dun and Bradstreet. If they're reporting to Dun and Bradstreet, they're going to report that you pay early. So that's going to get your Paydex score up from, say, 80 to, say, 85 or a 90 or a 91, And once you get into that 90 range, and you have, say, 7 to 10 trade lines, reporting and payment experiences with Dun and Bradstreet, you're golden. You can get approved through. I'll break that down in another video, but the funding is, very high at that point, as long as everything else is in order, All right, so let me get back to the questions here. I know it's I give long answers, and that's just how I am. I'm not going to give you just a basic little answer. All right, let's see here. All right, so Gail Jones, do you have a DNB and or BBB in order to apply for a net 30 business credit? Okay, so Gail Jones, the DNB stands for Dun and Bradstreet. And if you don't already know what that is, or you don't already have that, that's Dun and Bradstreet. They're the largest business credit bureau. So you can go on the link that I put in the last video that I released, I believe, 2 days ago. I'll put a link in the description. You can check it out. But all you have to do is just search your business if you don't already know or don't already have your Dun and Bradstreet profile. Sometimes they already have that information and already have a DUNS number for you. But when it comes to Better Business Bureau has nothing to do with business credit. But Better Business Bureau is a citation, just like another video I covered on how to get approved and how to look more legitimate for business credit when, say, Uline or Quill or Granger, Home Depot, or Lowe's. They're underwriters. They're not just going to pull your Experian, Equifax, Creditsafe, Dun and Bradstreet credit profile. They're not just pulling that. They're also taking that data. I would say that's 80% of the decision on if they're going to approve you or not. But they're also doing a manual check as well. So they're going to Google you. So yes, you want to make sure you want to have a Better Business Bureau profile. It's free to set up anyways. They'll try to upsell you other things, just like Dun & Bradstreet and Experian and all of them do. You don't need to do that. Just do the basic profile. If you want to do more, then you can, if you can afford it, but it's not necessary. But yes, I mean, it helps to have the Better Business Bureau profile. But Better Business Bureau profile is no different than, say, having a Facebook page. It's just a profile, or a Google listing, because people can leave a review. Okay, hope that clears it up for you, Gail Jones. Next one, Denvel Edwards. How do I move to tier 2? So where are you at right now, Denvel? I hope I'm saying your name right. Denvel. I'm sorry, I'm not good with pronunciations. So how do you move to tier 2? What do you have right now, buddy? Oh, I see we got Eddie Alfred in the house. He's one of our top subscribers. He's always commenting. I'll get to you in a minute, Eddie. Drinking our sponsor. All right, so you have five, Denver, so you have 5 on DNB and 2 on Experian. What do you mean Experian 9? You have 5 on DNB, 2 on Experian. You have 9 on Equifax? How'd you get 9 in Equifax? They're like the most under... Wow. See, you're probably the first person in all these years I've heard equations like that. Yeah, it's harder to get companies reporting to Dun and Bradstreet, but Equifax is not very big when it comes to business credit, so I'm surprised you have 9. What's your score with Equifax? Do you know what your score is with Equifax? Do you have NAV? Just waiting here. Business credit Vertex. That's Wilbur, my man Wilbur. Subscribe to his channel. He gives out honest advice just like I do. What's going on, Gorilla MacGyver? That's a cool name, Gorilla MacGyver. KK, yes. I love it. You guys are all joining. I love it. I was scared. This is my first live cast. I was scared that you guys, I would do this and then nobody show up and ask me any questions. I'd be embarrassed. Okay, Denvel, back to your question. Yeah, you have NAV. Okay, so if you don't mind sharing, what is your Equifax score since you have 9 reporting? If you have 9 reporting on, I don't even have 9 reporting myself. Kayla. No problem, no problem. I hope I'm saying your name right. Gorilla MacGyver. No, I'm not doing the Lord's work. I'm just doing something I like. I've been in business credit for my own business for like 12 years now, since 2007, 2008. Been in website development and SEO. Started coding since 1996 out of library books. Um, I just started this literally a couple months ago just to try, and, no intention to even taking it this far. Never knew I would like it so much. I like teaching people. I realize that now. Let me get back to the questions, though. Let's see here. I promise I'll answer all you guys' questions. Okay, so okay, 451. So you're good on that. Um, what's your paydex score, Danville? What's your paydex score with Dun and Bradstreet? That's the most important one. What's your paydex score right now? And what's your Experian Intel score? And then I can tell you where you can go after that. Love it, Gorilla. Mr. Finley, you're the man too. Love you guys. Okay. 18,000 Home Depot credit card. Wow. That's good, man. That's good. I don't know if you're a man or not. I shouldn't assume, I should say. 18,000, that's great. 86, okay. Okay, Denver, 80 is with Dun and Bradstreet or Experian? '86 probably with Experian, my guess. Your Experian Intel score, 86. DNB 80 paydex score. Do I have it right? Sorry, guys. I'll get to all you guys' other questions. Please stay on. Promise you guys it'll be worth it to you guys. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, see, Deva, you're at the threshold. Gavasto. Yeah, I'll tell you that information too. You can get free checks too. Tell you a place you can get free checks too. Hang on a second. Let me get to one question at a time, but just stay on the cast, please. I appreciate all the support. Okay, really helps the channel grow. Um, so, Denvel, you're at the threshold at 80 paydex score. So let me go back here and see exactly what you said here on. So you have 5 on DNB. So that tells me if you have 5 reporting with DNB and your paydex score is only 80, and I don't want to say only because 80 is a good score, but having 5, they are either brand new or they're low credit limit. Am I right on that? Low credit limits that they gave you or that they're reporting. So what you need to do is you need to get a high limit. Just need one high limit and a 4-figure or a 5-figure, and your paydex score will jump up and 88 to 90. What I've learned is my paydex score is 91 for one of my businesses and 88. So what I've learned is like 86 is kind of like the sweet spot for paydex score. So, you know, you can watch all these YouTube videos you want. The credit, I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to get sued or anything, but there's some big guys out there that just want to sell courses and sell things and stuff. And I may do that later, but that's not what my intention is right now. But I can tell you, they're feeding you a bunch of baloney, period. I mean, baloney. Like, I did it all in like 3 months, so, you know, so, develop, check with the YouTube channel. Send me an email. I'll help you out for free. Just shoot me an email. I don't want to go over too much private information with your profile and stuff on the cast, but we can get you one or two trade lines. I'm not gonna like. I'm just gonna give you advice, but I'm not gonna give that advice out on your particular situation, because if I give it to you, then other people are gonna go in the same cast and try to apply, and they're not gonna get approved because they're not in the same situation as you are. So just shoot me an email. The email is info@vanhornmarketing.com. It's also in the About section on the About page. But I'll help you out with that. Okay? Yeah. Okay, Kayla. Yeah, some people like baloney, but, this is Get Business Credit YouTube channel. We don't like baloney. Yeah, I'll type it here. You guys know it's my email too, because it says my name in the email and the domain. I don't, Grilla, don't even get into business credit cards, because really, it's 0% APR if you know what you're doing and do the right steps. You can leverage business credit so much where you're flipping it, so it's zero. But if you're talking about, like, getting a Capital One Spark card or anything like that has a PG and stuff, I, I may do reviews on those later, but what I teach is building solid foundation of business credit, where it really doesn't involve you personally, but if it does involve you personally, it's not going to cost you anything on financing, because if you do it the smart way, just like I've done for years, I don't want to say, use this card to pay this card and pay that card, but that's what a lot of businesses do. So you can turn a net 30 into a net 60 and then to a net 90, and you can keep on rolling it to leverage your business credit and everything. So, there's so much you can do, and there's so much for you guys to learn. That's why I said you guys keep subscribing, keep staying tuned, because I literally have a whiteboard right next to me with over 150 video topics that I plan to make. I just haven't got around to doing them all yet. All right, let me get back here to more questions, because I don't want to be selfish and just do one. Okay, so I did Gail Jones already. Okay, let me get to Eddie. Or wait, no, I don't want to skip. Eddie's a good loyal one, but let me first Gavasto. Am I saying that right? Gavasto, are you still here? Where can you get cheap checks? Send me an email. I'll send you a place you can get some cheap checks, but depending on your bank, you should be able to get them for free. But I assume you're talking about business checks. I have a couple different companies you can actually get checks from, and they report to Experian and give you net 30. So the checks will be cheap, and you don't have to pay for them up front, as long as you have EIN. So, like I said, you guys have any questions, send me email. I'll be happy to answer it. Just don't expect like an instant reply. Give me some time to reply back. And, I'll give you my honest advice. If you send me 20 emails a day and stuff, then we're going to have to work something out and stuff, because, time is money. But I'm happy to help, All right, so Eddie, Alfred, my man. This guy literally comments on all my videos, and he's so loyal, Got to give him a big thumbs up. Not saying you guys aren't either, but he literally is binging on my content. I really appreciate Eddie. So Eddie, technically, if you did it kind of the OCD way I've done it, when I first register, say, a LLC and get my EIN, same day, do it all same day, you can have a 80 plus paydex score, Experian, Equifax, and be in the Small Business Financial Exchange, all having good terms in the 70s and 80s within about 45 to 60 days, I would say. But a lot of it depends on how much money you have to spend on buying these trade lines, because you got to buy a lot of unnecessary things, like, from Quill, Uline. You're buying these things that you could probably buy a lot cheaper on Amazon. But that gets into another thing, is like you can get Amazon Net 55. So you got to do the steps and go through it, So, I mean, it's a process, but I can promise you, you spend maybe $500 to $1,500 for 3 months on building up your tier 1s and tier 2s through these companies, and they're reporting those, as long as you go to the right vendors. I'm not going to mention names, but there's a couple big guys out there that keep putting out just BS information that only report to, say, Creditsafe, and 1 out of 100 creditors are even going to check Creditsafe, period. Just like Equifax. They're mainly checking Dun and Bradstreet and Experian, period. So that's what I try to give you guys, is like, because I've learned it myself, and it changes constantly, because like Sutton and Granger, they don't report anymore, even though Sutton just reported to my Dun and Bradstreet like 4 or 5 months ago, but now they're not reporting anymore. So it's like it's always changing, so that's what I try to do, is I'm keeping up with that. And like I said, I have 4 different businesses, and you guys can look them up, yourself. And so I try to buy from different vendors, tier 1, tier 2, constantly with all 4 of my businesses, just to keep the flow going, even though I already have, 2 of them are very well established, good credit scores. But I just try to keep doing it just to see who's reporting, who's not reporting, what's the thresholds, and what's not, what's not reporting, So, and yeah, I mean, it depends. If you have good mentorship, you can literally, I would say 60 days you can be in a good situation. But honestly, a lot of people just follow information they get on Facebook and YouTube, and then it scrambles their brain together, and then you're kind of confused, and then you just kind of go all happy and go get this or that trade line. You don't even know what you're doing. You don't know who's reporting to who, and then you've wasted, say, $1,000, and then you're ended up with like what you could do with $200 well spent on the most important, reporting agencies, Dun and Bradstreet and Experian trade lines, vendor credit. So, I mean, that's why I try to give you guys the best advice I can give you guys. So just stay tuned, Eddie. And like I said, you guys got my email. Just shoot me an email. I'm happy to help, as much as I can personally, without charging. So I just want to give a plug again to Business Credit Vertex. That's Wilbur. I plug him in some of my videos. He's a great guy. He's honest. And this guy has a story to tell you. He came from Dominican Republic. I don't know when, but years ago. And now he has, I don't know exactly how much, and I'm not going to quote how much, but he has like Home Depot, Best Buy, Uline, Quell, Fleet Cards, and he got all this just in the last couple of months. And he just started, and he didn't learn it from me either, So he's a good guy I can, say listen to, for sure. So check out his channel. It's Business Credit Vertex. He's also an admin on our Build Business Credit Mastermind group on Facebook. All right, so, but yeah, thanks, Wilbur. I try to be, reliable out there. I correct myself later in videos if I find out something's wrong that I reported in videos. Well, okay, okay. All right, I already answered you, Denval. Just send me a message and I'll try to help you out personally on that, okay? Let's see, what other questions? Sorry, guys, I take too long for every explanation, and that's just how I am. I'm OCD and detailed. I want to make sure that everybody understands everything. I hate seeing people waste money. Yes, okay, Kayla. Or am I saying that right? Probably not. You said you got the 18,000 Home Depot card. How'd you get that? If you're still on the chat with us, how'd you get that? How long were you in business for? How many trade lines you had? Please share that information. It definitely, helps others. Share that information. Gorilla, MacGyver, self-made entrepreneur, not self-made millionaire yet, but soon I hope. Mr. Finley, you're the man. No, you're the man. You're the man for tuning in and watching us. Or watching me. Thank you. Gorilla, I appreciate you. I appreciate you too. I love the subscribers. You guys are like family to me. Promise, I don't care if I get to 100,000 subscribers. I always make time for you guys no matter what. Promise. So much here. You guys are... It's really getting up there in numbers. A lot more than I expected, honestly. Did I already give you the email? You got the email. Craig Finley, what's up, my man? What's up? It's Mr. Finley's son there. I know him personally. Kind of been helping Mr. Finley out with his building up his business credit, and now his son's trying to build up his business credit. What's up, man? Hit me up. I'll help you out any way I can, Craig Finley's a big into wanting to get into online affiliate marketing and Instagram, so I have background in all that, so I'll try to help him out with that. Got your back. Just shoot me a message, Craig. Okay, Gorilla, no, I'm talking about PG free credit. No, what do you mean by PG? Gorilla, what do you mean? No, you're talking about PG. I know you're saying personal guarantee free credit. That really doesn't make sense to me. Personal guarantee free credit. What do you mean? I'm trying to understand what you're talking about, Gorilla. And maybe I'm just understanding it right. You said before, what's the interest rate for business credit cards? See, maybe you're meaning if you have good credit, you want to do PG with on business credit cards. Is that what you're talking about? And what the rates would be? Let me know, and I'll get back to you. Um, just stay here. I'll get right back to you. All right. Let's see here. Okay, Kayla, I love the big muscles. You can see my shirt's starting to burst. My big muscles. All right. Eddie, got my first business credit card, 5-star processing, 300 limit. Was that a good move? No, it was not. That was a bad move. That's why there's no review on 5-star processing, nor would do a review about them. I don't know anything about them personally as a company. Like, I just personally just shoot me a message. I'm not gonna trash the company. They're not a bad company at all. They're a well-known company, but it's just it's just unnecessary. There's so the 5-star processing. It's a merchant line, and it goes through. You have to. If they only give you 300, that's ridiculous, anyways. But so you gotta pay this card with it. It's doing nothing to help your business credit, really. And there's better options out there. So for what you got, you could go through another company that I know and probably got. It's the same type deal, same type company, but you could have got probably like $1,000 or $1,200 credit line. Um, if you're interested, just let me know. But I don't know. I'm not gonna trash talk 5-star processing. I'm everything I know about the company, and I have had an account with them years ago. Like I said, I'm not gonna bad talk them. I'm just gonna say was it a good move? No, it wasn't a good move. So shoot me an email and I'll talk to you more about that. Gavasto, I'm here. Okay. Guys, Josh has helped many people with their business credit and personal credit. Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Is like Wilbur Business Credit Vertex, like he just pointed out. My main business before was personal credit. I've been in the personal credit game since 2009. I actually got out of it a couple years ago just because it's a headache and legalities of it. But I mean, I'm thinking about getting back into fixing people's personal credit. It's just not something that I'm going to charge like a monthly fee for. It would be a flat like consultation fee. I would say like a management fee, I should say. Personal credit, it's the legalities of it is pretty complex on law, so yeah, that's another story. I'll get into that. I'm actually going to open up another channel about personal credit and, in due time here probably soon. So, yeah, that's another topic. But, business credit I know so much about, but personal credit I know everything about. You have 500 credit score, bankruptcy, charge-offs, judgments, need those removed and cleaned up, gone, factual basis. Not everything you see on YouTube is real, by the way. There's certain ways you go about it, but yeah, 90% of it can be removed if you know what you're doing. Not Lexington Law and not the guys on YouTube that are just talking about buying an ebook or buying these letters or this or that. Anyways, that's getting off topic. Okay. Mr. Friendly, he really is. That's amazing. Hey, I try to be. Gorilla consultations. If you want a phone consultation, like, I never even really thought about it until like a couple days ago. I got a couple emails from people on YouTube asking to do consultations, asking if I would do consultations, and I never even thought about it. But you know, if you're a subscriber of mine, email me. I'll give you like 15 minutes free consultation. After that, if you need some like more in depth, more one-on-one, where I look at everything and dissect everything for you and tell you where to go next, what to get next and stuff. Of course, I'm gonna have to charge a fee, but I haven't figured the price out for that yet. But time is money. But yeah, I'm more than happy to give like a 15-minute consultation. I can give you my cell phone number and give me a call. Just email me first, though. All right. And then, let's see here. Bernice Delago, she deleted her message, so I don't know what she said there. The Daily Grind. I remember the Daily Grind. He just subscribed. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. Appreciate it. It means a lot to us. So you're working on cleaning up your personal credit. I plan on going to the BB&T to open a business bank account tomorrow to get started. Does the type of business you have affect funding in the future? Yes, it does. It depends on what type of business you are, what type of SIC code you are. It's another video. It's on my list I have to put out. But as long as you're not in a high-risk business, it depends on what type of business you are in, because there's so many, and I can't go through everyone that's a high risk right now, because there's literally 100 different categories, and there's 30 of them that are considered high risk, medium risk, and low risk. So that's something I'm going to cover in another video. But if you tell me what type of business, then I could tell you. But there's SIC codes and NIC codes that the business credit bureaus have you listed as. You have to kind of tell them, and they're going to put that on your credit. So that's why it's important for you to make sure that with Experian, Equifax, and Creditsafe and Dun and Bradstreet, that your SIC codes, everything's matching to what it actually is. Because if you're in a high risk, say like a logistics company is a high risk. So if you're in one of those categories, then you could have a high paydex score, high business credit, everything be great. But if you're in that category, you could get denied or a lower limit because you're in that category. And there's ways around that. Even if you are in that category, there's subcategories to define your SIG category. It's an algorithm it's too complex for me to explain over this live cast, but what I can tell you is it's an algorithm that Dun and Bradstreet runs, Experian runs. I'm sure Equifax has the same, but Experian Business, Commercial, and Dun and Bradstreet, they run it through their algorithm as well. So there's over 100 SIC codes, NIS codes, and that's basically your industry, what type of business you are. And then there's subcodes. So there's like online services, and then under online services, it could be this number, 4-digit number, or 5-digit number. And then under online services could be website design, consultation, and those are each going to have different subcategory SIC codes and NIS codes. So I don't want to say there's a way to manipulate, but there's a way you need to fine tune exactly what you're doing and everything. And let me stress this out. Do not ever lie on any application, okay? Because I've never done that myself to get credit. You know, don't, like I hear other people online on YouTube saying, oh, just say you've been in business 2 years, even though you've only been in business 6 months. They're not going to check. Yeah, they may not check, but that's committing fraud too. Whoever's doing the application may not get caught, but you know, I don't know. For me, my ethics and morals tell the truth. You know, it's better just to do that. You know, get everything honestly. You know, there's ways you can get it. Like I said, I got approved for a $150,000 credit line with Divvy, and did that after 3 months forming my LLC for my one business. You know, and that was just from building up a lot of tier ones and a couple of tier twos. Okay. All right, so let me sorry for my long exclamations here. Let's see here. The daily grind. Yeah, so I hope I answered that for you. Like I said, if you didn't already see what we were talking about before, my email's in the chat transcript, info@vanhornmarketing.com. Shoot me an email, and I can help you out if you want. You know, I don't mind helping out, you know, for free. If it's just not anything complex, giving you some advice, it's no problem for me at all. I want to see everybody succeed. That's kind of the intro video that I did earlier. We unite as one, as entrepreneurs. I wrote that script. You know, that's we're all doing this for the same purpose, you know. So, but yeah, get the business account open. I would say as long as you're not in the cannabis business, you shouldn't have a problem. But there are some banks that are, you know, adult film or cannabis or, you know, firearms, stuff like that. But you're probably not in those businesses. But even if you are, I know banks that, you know, there's well-known banks out there that, you know, that do cannabis banking and stuff. So, anyways, I have so much information out there that I could answer. Craig, my man, quarterback or, yeah, I don't know, quarterback or linesman. I don't know. I love football, but I don't know all the technical details. But Big C, Big Craig, he's a football player, starting his affiliate marketing business online. Only like 17 years old. He's gonna be a self-made millionaire, I'm sure. Look, I'm already about 40, and you know, he's probably gonna be a millionaire, I bet. You know, being that young, I wish I was into this at that age. I can tell you that right now. You're not the man, your dad's the man. Follow him, follow our advice. You know, keep your head on track. You know, stay away from bad people, negative energy. Keep positive, even hard times, even COVID times, doesn't matter. We all get down, we all have our sad times, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, just stay positive, you guys. All right, we'll get through all this. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's all I can say, you know. Bernice, okay, fine. You got a message back. You retracted the one. Now you got a message. I'm glad that you wrote a message to me. Glad you got on here, because I think you're like a new subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Hi, if you have an LLC and a shareholder with more than 20%, can they apply for credit and their credit run to be approved, or they have to be both shareholders? Okay, so I hope I understand this correctly. So you're basically saying more than 20%. So the law pretty much is, I think, nationwide. As far as, I'm not a lawyer, I can't say for certain, but the threshold is 25%. Every business application that you'll see out there, whether it be Home Depot, Best Buy, even a bank application, do a business bank account, WEX, fleet card, fuel card, pretty much anything that's going to extend credit terms. I'm not talking about tier one, just like Uline, because they don't ask for that type of information, but um, like Citibank, anything, Synchrony's Bank, Lowe's Card, those, when you read the application, you'll see that you have to do a checkbox and it says 25% shareholder or more. So the owner has, whoever's applying has to have 25% or more ownership in the business. So if you have 24% and then you just said, yeah, you have 25%, but you only have 24%, then you're technically, it's fraudulent. So, but yeah, I'm not sure where the 20% came from, because the actual number is 25% when it comes to business credit. 25% is considered a controlling stakeholder, majority stakeholder in a company. So I hope, and that just doesn't go for LLC. That can be a S corp, nonprofit, INC, any type of registered corporation, LLC. It's 25% or more. So that's why you see on every bank application you have to put 25% or more. They're going to ask for all that information. And you have to list all the, up to 100% as well. You have to list all the shareholders when it comes to business bank accounts. But say, for instance, like, give you an example, when I applied, and this was Wilbur at the Business Credit Vertex. We're going to do a cast here soon about the Home Depot card, because he got it more recently than I did. I got mine back in 2019, but if I remember correctly, when I filled out the application, I had to put down that I'm, have at least 25% ownership in the company, and I'm sure that's still true to this day, and even other ones that I filled out since then, but I'm just using Home Depot as an example, so, yeah, I mean, it's, so, yeah, Bernie said, definitely, like I said to others, shoot me an email, info@vanhornmarketing.com. Just put attention, Josh. I mean, I'm the only one that checks it. Just put attention, Josh. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. The only thing I want from you guys is subscribe and hit that bell notification. That's the only thing I want from you guys. You guys do that, watch my videos, that's the only thing I ask. I'll keep putting all the information out. Gorilla. You make me laugh there. Gorilla MacGyver. You know that guy, tell him to keep the music down in the videos. So are you talking about Wilbur? Is that who you're talking about? Hey, he takes constructive criticism, so, he's probably watching you say that right now, and I'm sure he would take that into consideration. But yeah, I know. He's new at YouTube. I'm new as well, so, like, literally, I wasn't even planning to do this live cast until, like, 3 hours ago. So it's like we're learning, as we go. And that's what we need, is feedback from you guys on what you guys like and do not like, That's what's going to make us better. I can tell you that Wilbur and myself were as authentic as you can get, We're not just going to put information out there that's just to make a video to get views. We want views for sure, but we're going to put out correct information, you know. That's why I'm not putting out videos about certain companies that we mentioned earlier, because I don't want you guys to even deal with those companies, you know. And if I do, I'll put out a video about them and give you the data points, just like I did on some of my other videos. I tell you, don't go with this company unless you have a thin Equifax business, um, you know, credit profile, you know. But hey, that you got me laughing there, Gorilla, on saying, you know, that guy told him to keep the music down in his videos. He got me laughing. Too funny. Um, uh, don't take it personal, Wilbur. That's good advice. I'm not saying that. I never even noticed that. But if you notice it, then, you know, hey, he's a good guy, though. All right. Okay, Clay. Checks. What do you mean, checks? Okay, Clay. What do you mean, checks? Sorry if I'm probably rambling way too much, and you guys either like or dislike me once you start to get to know me a little bit more. And I promise I'll get the video fixed so it streams smoothly for the next cast. I promise that. I think it's my RAM on my computer. I gotta add some more RAM. Um, but yeah, you guys, there's either gonna be people that like me or don't like me, just on my style. I had a stroke 2 years ago and it affected my speech. I'm not saying that as a pity party or anything, but you know, it affected my speech a little bit. So, um, what do you mean? Where's the net 30 checks at? I don't know what a net 30 checks is. Darnell, I'm following your step. My Dun's next. Yeah, so I put out the video already, Darnell, about the getting the Duns, so you can get that set up if you didn't already see that video. But I was planning to do a video today, but instead I did this live cast because the IRS site was down, and I was going to do a video about IRS, Equifax, Experian, Creditsafe, and Dun and Bradstreet all together on what you do after you already have your profile set up and what you need to manually submit to each of those agencies so your credit profiles with all of them are all perfect condition, so then when you do apply for business credit, you can leverage and get better odds of approval. See, your profiles aren't so bare when vendors are pulling your credit, rather it be a tier 1 or a tier 2. It helps to have more information, and the business credit reporting agencies are only going to have what the Secretary of the State information has on you. They're not going to know how many employees you have. They're not going to know your website address. They're not going to know your email address. They're not going to know, the CEO of the company. Most of the time, it's not going to be listed, especially on Experian and Dun and Bradstreet. So there's so much misinformation, and that alone is going to get you denied on tier 1 if that information is not provided and you're not already established. So you want to have that. So I'm gonna, within the next day or two, I'll get that video out. Let's see here. Gorilla, the conversation moved on. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Maybe I talked too much. Well, not maybe. I know I talked too much. Okay, Kayla. What do you mean say the name? I don't know what you're talking about. Net 30 checks. I don't know. You're talking about like the getting like business checks? Is that what you're talking about? Like getting business checks printed on net 30 terms? I mean, they're only $20 for checks. They're just about checks and mail, deluxe. They're only like $20 to get the checks. If you're talking about business checks with your business account, most bank accounts give those to you for free, anyways, at least one box or whatever. But Vistaprint offers net 30 terms, and a couple others do. I just don't have it right offhand, but Vistaprint. Not Vistaprint regular site, Vistaprint Business offers net 30 terms. You can get as long as you have EIN, net 30 terms. But they're only like $20. They report to Experian. No, not Dun's, Experian. They report to Small Business Financial Exchange and to Experian Business. But there's a couple others. That's why I said email me if you're really like interested in that. I mean, it's not a huge trade line though that you're going to get reported on that. So okay, let's see here. What else? Gail Jones doing great. Thanks, appreciate the compliments. Joshua Winters, yeah, it's a great name, Joshua. What is the name of the company that's better than Far? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that on chat here. I mean, there's like 2 or 3 of them that are. I don't want to say better than 5-star processing, but comparable. But I'm not gonna say it on here. It's just I'm not into slandering a company or anything that's saying like the way like saying better. I just, in my personal opinion, it's. I'm going to be putting out actually a video and an interview with one of the companies in the next coming days. And you guys probably already know one of the companies. So it's just the 5-star processing. They promise so much and like it seems so great. And then when you get it, it's like blah. It's not like he said earlier, $300 credit line. I mean, that's if you're just starting off, I guess that's okay, but I'd rather have a $500 Uline credit line than a $300 merchant credit line that I'm tied to, them. I mean, you can get that with even PayPal working capital. I mean, there's so many other options. That's why I said I got over 150 titles and videos, topics that I'm going to be putting out. And I'm literally, you guys don't get annoyed because I'm going to be putting out about 2 videos every day, possibly 3 videos. I'm going to try to do it every day until February 1st, and then I'll slow it down. So don't get annoyed if you get alerted and stuff of me putting out all these videos, If they don't apply to you, then just don't watch it. But because some of them will be for brand new business owners or people that are just starting off business, building up business credit. And some will be about reviews on other companies. So, but Joshua Winters, shoot me an email and I can tell you a little bit more information. I'm just not going to publicly, put down or endorse a company, especially when I'm in the talks with a couple companies like 5-star processing. And you can just see the reviews online anyways on 5-star processing. I mean, I'll probably do a review on them at some point. I just need to talk to the executives there and get some more information. But I've had 5-star processing and I don't have anything bad to say, but I don't have anything good to say about them either. So there's other options. All right, Gail Jones, can't wait for that. I don't know what. Okay, I need to clean my personal credit. Denvel Edwards, all right. If you need to clean your personal credit, shoot me an email. I'm not at the stage right at this moment that I'm going to be taking on any clients for cleaning personal credit, but maybe in the coming weeks I will. Shoot me an email, we can talk and go from there. I can give you some advice depending on how bad it is, or how good, how bad it is. Just shoot me an email and we go from there. Just give me, if I don't respond like right away, give me at least 12 to 24 hours, I'll get back to you. Okay. Let's see here. Jarrell Jones. What and where do I need lines reporting to get Sam's Club MasterCard? No PG. Okay, that's a good question. So there's a lot of confusion going on right now about the Sam's Club MasterCard. Before it was no PG. Now I believe, but don't count my word, but I think it's PG now, even though you'll see videos saying that it's not. The store card is no PG, but I think the MasterCard is PG now. But don't count my word 100% on that. They're both through Synchrony Bank. What I would suggest to do is to get the store card first. But what you need to, with that, they pull through both, even though many of these other YouTubers will say that they just pull Equifax or Experian. No, they do not. They pull Dun and Bradstreet. I have Sam's Club myself. Both cards, two different businesses. They pull through Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. So you need to have both of them in line. I would say to get approved, you need to have at least 5 trade lines reporting on Dun and Bradstreet. And to be on the safe side, you want to have also 5 reporting on Experian Business Commercial. Now, that's not to say you can't have 4 and 3 reporting and not get approved. I'm just saying the more trade lines you have reporting to both of those agencies is the higher limit that you're going to get, period. That's just the way that it works. If you have, say, 14, that's why, if you look at some of my other videos, I tell you, try to get to that level where you have, with Dun & Bradstreet, 14 or more trade lines reporting, 14 or more different vendors reporting on Dun & Bradstreet. If you have that, and then you have at least 10 Experian reporting, and then you have at least 5 Equifax reporting, you're in tip-top shape to go to any bank and get financing as long as you've paid all those trade line payment experiences and you're at least 6 months to a year in business. That's enough to show. As long as your personal credit's not crap, you're gonna be able to get a approved loan. And also you can get an SBA loan too. SBA loans, I'm not talking about the EIDL loan, but I'm talking about just a traditional SBA loan. You can get that. You just have to be in business a little bit longer, but that's also the FSBS score. So that takes into consideration your personal and your personal FICO and your business credit with Experian merged together. That what gives you the SBA score. I'll cover that in another video, but yeah, that's I guess a lot of you guys are asking the same questions just in different ways. How do we get to the finish line? How do we get to the funding? You're building a business up, right? And I don't think any of you guys are building your business up to defund or defraud a company, right? I mean, that's not what you're trying to do. So no matter what, at some point when you get into that tier 3, you're going to have to do a personal guarantee to get a large funding. Not always, like Debbie, I got 150, I didn't have to do a PG. But I'm saying if you really want to go to the next level, you need to clean up your personal credit. And you shouldn't really worry about no PG if you really are looking for your business to succeed. As long as you have a good business plan, you shouldn't even worry about that. In the beginning, I understand you don't want no PG. But once your business starts booming, you shouldn't even worry about that at all. Like honestly, I kind of get sick of hearing about no PG, no personal guarantee. I kind of get sick of hearing about it because like it's almost a way of saying, oh, I don't want to have PG because maybe I'll screw the company over, or I don't have confidence in my own business. So I don't have confidence in my own business, so I may not be able to pay that company back. So I don't want to do a personal guarantee. Well, if you don't have confidence in your own business, you shouldn't be doing that business anyways, period. I mean, that's just the way I kind of feel, and I'm sorry if I'm blunt about that, but, you should, be confident and passionate about your business and whatever you're doing, and find out where you're lacking at, whether it be funding and there's so many different ways to get funding too if you think outside the box. It's just called hustling. I mean, you guys will see here in the next coming days, between my company and two other partner companies of mine, we're giving out $5,000. I know it's not a lot, but we're giving out $5,000 in business grants to 3 people, to 3 business owners. And you don't have to be in business, a year pre-COVID and stuff like all the other grants are. You could have just started your business a month ago. It doesn't matter. I'll put out another video about that in the coming days, and the page to fill the application for that. I'm putting up money myself. A big part of that 5,000 is coming out of my own personal pocket, and then we got a couple other partner businesses that are chipping in and stuff. So we're gonna give out 3 new business owners, 3 grants. We'll be giving that away in either the end of February or in early March. If I'm doing good, I want you guys to do good. I'm just trying to give back. All right, let me get back to here. Sorry I rambled about that. Yeah, exactly. Demo, hit that thumbs up. Yeah, appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Bernice, yeah. No problem. Just like I said, send me an email at info@vanhornmarketing.com. Just attention at Josh, and I'll definitely get back to you and get you my phone number, my personal cell phone. We can work at a time that works for both of us. And I don't care. I'm not saying exactly 15 minutes. If it takes 20 minutes, it takes 20 minutes. But I'm here to help you as long as it fits in both of our schedules. Eddie, I'll definitely sit down with you and talk. I'll pay for great advice. I'm not looking for money right now. I'm here to help you guys out. That's something that maybe I'll do down the line. Here shortly, but I'm just here to help you guys succeed. Bernice, my life coach is that. My life coach is that. So you're a life coach, Bernice? Really interesting. If you're a life coach, that's pretty interesting because that's kind of what I've been, and that's what Mr. Finley is. Mr. Finley's been a life coach for the better part of the last 12 years. So no, life coach is not considered high risk. So no, that's not. Shoot me an email because I'll have to dissect into what category exactly your SIC codes and your NIC codes would be for that exactly, because it's a newer, more modern, newer category. But I'll give you the, more correct one. Let's see here. Gail Jones, kudos to you, Josh. Your knowledge is going far to help people. Appreciate it, Gail. Thank you. All right, the daily grind. I'm a stock market investor. That's awesome, man. I just started dabbling with that, and also coaches clientele to break through blocks, basically trading psychology. Yeah, man, that's cool. That's exciting. You have a you have a YouTube channel, right? So tell me what I can do to help you. I mean, what advice or what are you looking to get or grow for your business? Just let me know. I'm here to help, man. Bernice, that's right. Tell the truth. We'll come back to you. To the person one way to exactly. Truth is best. That's why all my videos, as you can tell, not like 99% of all other YouTubers, they script videos, and you can see they cut videos. It'll be a 10-minute video, but you can tell it's been cut 4 or 5 times. I'm not saying that's anything wrong with that, but if I mess up, I mess up when I I record a video. All my videos are unfiltered, uncut. I take one cut only. I mess up. I tell you, I mess up in the middle of the video or whatever. So that's my style, and I mean, I'm not trying to be a movie star here. Just telling you, my personal advice. That's all. But thank you for that, Bernice. Yeah, no problem. The Daily Grind. Just shoot me an email if you have any questions. Just let me know. Bad Castro. What's another good business credit card to get with no PG aside from Divvy, Tribal, and Turbago and Hatch? Well, if you know those, there's Brax. And I got 2 others that are brand new fintech companies similar to Divvy that aren't even out yet on the internet as far as like on YouTube. And one of them I will be doing the launch for, so stay tuned to that. I'm just in the middle of working everything out with them. And I'll be doing the soft launch for them. I don't want to say they're a sponsor, but I'll be a strategic partner with them. But kind of similar to Divvy, but don't expect as high limits as Divvy. But they still give reasonable limits compared to Hatch. I mean, Hatch is a small limit card. But there's a couple other ones out there. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head because, like, I literally have a stack. I don't have them here right now. But because I have 3 different offices and I have the cards in each office location and stuff. But if you put all my stack of cards, it'd probably be, no joke, like 3 to 4 inches thick. There's like 3 other ones. Shoot me an email. I'll send you a list. Just shoot me an email about Castro. Shoot me an email because I'm drawing a blank right now, but there's like 4 other ones, and I don't want to also promote those other companies on the stream right now and have other people just assume to go ahead and apply if they don't even know anything about them and stuff. So shoot me an email and I'll get you those, but there's 3 or 4 other ones that are no PG. Okay. Gavasto, are you going live on a weekly basis? If yes, what time? And if not, why not? Gavasto, thanks for asking. And hey, that gives me motivation to do this again. I don't want to say a weekly basis. I'm going to try to do this. I don't know. Maybe I was thinking maybe twice a week or so. I mean, it depends how this one goes. This one's already went kind of crazy. Way more than I expected. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to and this is funner than making a video about a product anyways, than answering questions. I love teaching people and answering questions. So, I think in about 2 or 3 days, maybe I'll do another live stream. I can't give you a set schedule yet, but after I do a couple more, then I'll try to get a schedule together. So I appreciate that, though. That gives me a lot of motivation, though. Yeah, Bernice. Y- y- yeah, you should connect with Mr. Finley. Um, he's also a life coach as well. Maybe you guys can collaborate and make a video together. Get you guys both your brands out there or something together. But shoot me an email though. Like I said, info@vanhornmarketing.com. I'll help you with getting your profile set up correctly for the risk codes, the NIC and NISC codes and SIC codes, because life coach is it's a newer term, I should say, so there's not predefined terms. Um, Mr. Finley, you should go live on a set schedule. Hey, I would like to, but I also have 6 children ranging from 2 years old all the way up to 18 years old. So, and then I got a bun in the oven right now, so that's due here in about 6 months. So, um, the schedules are, running businesses plus YouTube channel plus daddy duty, spend time with the kids. But, if I get a big enough audience growing, then, maybe I'll get a set schedule together. But you guys tell me what times work out best for you guys, and, I'll get the times, I'll try to go live on the times that, you guys want me to go live on. I kind of picked this time because that's when YouTube analytics told me most of my viewers are online around this time during this day. Bernice, no problem. I'm here to help. Hustle with Julian. Julian, yeah, I've watched a couple of your videos. Julian's really trying to hustle. I tell you what, check him out. He's a unique style. Check his channel out. I don't know the guy at all, so I can't endorse him or anything. But check out Hustle with Julian, because he does a unique way of doing some videos. I've watched, I don't know, 5 or 10 of his videos, but he calls banks up and gets data points live. I don't want to say live, but he records the calls, with the bank and asks them questions and stuff. But he is also in the liquidation business, and it's funny because I've been in the liquidation business since 2001. So when he was making videos about pallets and liquidations and returns and stuff, it was just I don't want to say it's funny, but it's I remembered those days 20 some years ago, having exclusive contracts with some of the top companies, Big Lots, RCA, Genco. So anyways, Julian, connect with me though if you want to talk. I can help you out with some of that liquidation side of the business, because I think you're getting a ring around about that. And as far as what your question is, do you know any business credit cards that someone can get with no PG without cash flow and other than Sam's Club, MasterCard? No, there really is none, Julian. But I mean, you just have to. It's not that hard to show cash flow. I mean, your name's Hustle, so you just gotta hustle. I mean, you can do it in a matter of 1 to 3 months. You can literally show what you need to show in a business account and be able to get approved for credit lines. No PG. I can tell you that for sure. And yeah, I'm not talking about store cards. You're talking about ones that you can use anywhere and charge anything. Yeah, I mean there's few out there, but no, there is none. That's why I was commenting about the videos you're calling. videos you did about calling, there's not going to be any that you'll find. No business credit cards that offer no PG. There's none out there. Um, as far as banks go, like the traditional banks that you're calling, there's not going to be any. As far as it goes to no PG like cards, yeah, there's Divvy and Trivago and Brex. There's those, but like I said, you have to have cash flow with those. Like Brex is very high. You have to have a high limit, but Divvy, I have a lot of underwriting data points on them, probably more than anybody else on the internet. So if you check out my videos on them that I put out, but there's a couple others. But if you just get in that mindset today, I bet you if you just put $500 or $1,000 towards building your business credit, not with me, just yourself, listen to my advice, that $500 or $1,000 can turn into $3,000 or $5,000 in the bank 90 days from now. Whatever business you're in, as long as you're motivated, and then you show those 3 bank statements that your growth over 3 months, then you go apply for these no PG credit cards, say like Divvy, Trivago, and others. They're going to give you credit line. It may not be like 100,000 or whatever, but it could be like 2,000 or 4,000 or 5,000. And then you got another one, say Trivago. They're giving you, say, 2,000. You add these all up, then next thing you know it, you have a new company, not very established, but you have combined, say, 4 no PG cards, and you have $25,000, at your disposal. Of course, you don't want to, max out all those cards, but I mean, it's there's ways to get there, and like I said, I have so many videos, I just can't put out them enough, fast enough, I should say, about funding and other ways to get funding as well. Besides this typical business credit, there's other ways to get funding as well, even with bad credit. So I hope I answered that, Hustle Julian. Anyways, just connect with me. I think you shot me an email before, but shoot me another email. I just got busy. Maybe I missed responding to your last one. Bernice, yes, I'm a life coach. Yes, sorry, this keyboard. That's good to know. Yeah, no problem, Bernice. Here to help and want you to succeed. I would suggest, if you haven't already, maybe make a YouTube channel just like I did and give advice, even if it's just 10-minute advice on different topics on your life coaching for individuals. That helps, and it helps brand yourself, gives credibility to yourself, and that definitely helps when it comes to also getting business credit, because underwriters are going to pull up your name and your business name as well, and those videos will show up, and it just brings more credibility to you. Okay, so that's a little tidbit for you. Eddie Alford, my man, Eddie, I sell shoes on eBay. I just need more capital, but personal credit is trash. Should I work on personal credit or business first? Yeah, I hear about like a lot of people doing this, selling shoes on eBay. Do you sell like the high-end shoes, or what type of shoes do you sell? Of course, you want to work on your personal credit. Shoot me an email. I'll try to help you out with that. But this is the thing: is as long as you're selling on eBay, and you can show that you're selling on eBay, and you can show you're fixing your personal credit, you can get a lot of funding. I think I saw a guy like on TV that was literally like selling. He buys and sells the high-end Nike, rare Nike shoes and stuff, and he buys and sells them like on eBay and Craigslist or whatever, and they could be old or whatever, but he's making like $100,000 a month, but he's using business credit cards to pay for it, and I think he said something, the interview was like, he spends like 60,000 on the shoes a month, but he can sell one pair of shoes that's a rare shoe. He could sell it. It takes him 1 to 14 days to sell, but he's making so much profit. So like he's turning over. He's spending 100,000 a month, but he's literally making 40,000 a month profit. After fees. So I don't know if that's a similar situation you're doing, or a different type of shoes, or just basic shoes. I don't know, but definitely you want to work on your personal credit, and there's a lot of things you can do on that. Just reach out to me. I'm really going to try to get around to getting my second channel opened up, and it's going to be all about personal credit. But until then, you can send me a message, and I can try to help you. All right, so you said started in March, gross sales are 5,000 a month, part-time selling. How are you showing that? Are you showing that into a business bank account? Like, is it going into PayPal, and then after PayPal, are you doing direct transfer to your bank account? How are you showing that? That 5,000 a month, how are you showing that? Okay, yeah, high-end shoes. Yeah, so as long as you're showing it into your bank, if you don't mind me asking, what bank? It's a business bank account, I assume, correctly, that you where it's going to. What bank is it going to? Like, if you don't mind, tell me the name of the bank. So as long as so it's going into your business bank account. Yes, you do an eBay transfer. What's eBay, PayPal, right? Okay. So then it's transferring to your bank account. All right. So then, yeah, I mean, even you have bad credit, you should still be able to qualify for a couple no PG accounts. You should be able to get somewhere in the ballpark of like 7 to 10,000 credit card, business credit card, no PG. Yeah, so Bank of America, so established business. They're just not easy to get bank loans through for businesses, but with the fintech companies, you can go around that, but you have a trusted bank so they can pull statements from them. As long as you have the statements, you should be able to have no problem getting approved. Um, but yeah, I mean, you're always going to improve your odds, even getting no PGs, if you have better personal credit, if you clean up the blemishes, because even though PG accounts, they're still gonna do a soft pull. Even if they tell you or not, they're still gonna do a soft pull on your identity. And when they're checking your identity, they may not tell you they're checking your credit, but they are. They're just not doing a hard pull. So that comes into an underwriting factor. So it's important to fix your personal credit. But you can literally go from a 500 credit score to a 750 credit score in 90 days. No problem. As long as you fix your credit the correct way and not doing it the scamming or stupid or dishonest lying ways, you know. So shoot me an email and go from there. You guys, Eddie's the biggest question, asking the most questions, but hey, you guys are amazing, Like, I really did not expect to get this many people asking questions, you know. Um, you know, love you guys so much. I mean, for, coming on my first cast like this. It's been an hour and 40 minutes already went by. I'm having a blast. So, any more questions at all? I mean, I'm happy to stay on as long as there's more questions. I don't want to sit here and if there's no more questions and look like an idiot to you guys or anything. You guys have anything else for me? But Eddie, definitely, you can definitely get some funding, work on that personal credit. But yeah, you can definitely, you have some options. Build up some business credit. I would say that's if you don't already have personal credit. I mean, if you don't already have business credit built up, you need to build up some business credit. If you have business credit built up, some tier ones and tier twos, and you still have bad credit, you can get funding. You can get those no PG and lines of credit. You know, that's why you got to work on those tier ones and tier twos. Sparkle Tech Window Washing, what's up? That's a new name I didn't see before. So thanks for coming on. I appreciate that so much. 2 LLCs. One does $45K a month, no business credit. The other is a new business, $12K a month, no business credit on either. Sparkle Tech Window Washing, 709 Experian. So I assume you're talking about personal credit, right? With your Experian. Okay, so you need to establish if you're making that much, if you're generating, because I don't know your profit margins, but if you're generating $45,000 on one business a month and $12,000 on another month, another business, regardless of your profit margins, as long as you're showing that in a business bank account for each of those different LLCs, separate LLCs, well, you said 709 Experian, and then you said business. Experian doesn't have credit score 709. They go up to 100. So 709, I assume you're talking about your personal credit is your personal credit score, which is good. But anyways, back to what I was saying. If you're generating reoccurring income monthly with those two businesses, 45,000 month to month and 12,000, even if it's like it fluctuates a little bit, and you don't have business credit, you need to get moving on getting those tier ones. And after you get 4 or 5, 6 tier ones, get some tier twos. Within 90 days, you have all those already built up. And it's not as hard as it sounds, but you have those built up. You can have them all done in, like, say, 60 days. And probably be in the ballpark of 80, 84... Paydex score with Dun and Bradstreet, 80s, 76 to 80 with Experian, you know. And with that type of reoccurring income coming in, bank statements, you can get some very high no PG cards. I mean, honestly, just to be honest, you're talking probably around $300,000 to $400,000. Credit lines that you could get, and that's just with, like, say, 2 or 3 of companies I know that are fintech companies. They're just looking. One of them's like Divvy. If you sign, don't even try to even sign up with them. Yeah, because you want to get a little bit of business credit signed up, build up first. But companies like that, and there's more and more of these fintech companies. And they look at your banking info more than anything. They don't look at so much of your personal credit. They're not relying on that. And that's the way the new future of business is. They're really not going to be looking at so much personal credit so much anymore. They're looking at what you're doing business-wise. That's all it comes down to. So, but if you're turning that type of numbers, even if you only are making out of 45,000, you're only making 5,000 profit out of that. Let's just say, for example, there's one company alone, is still going to give you a very high limit based on just even bringing in the 45,000 a month, as long as you're showing that. Most important thing is to show that coming in. Make sure you funnel everything into your business bank accounts always, because a lot of people go through PayPal and they have a PayPal card, and then they just use the PayPal card and don't send it to the bank account. They just use it for their personal expenses. It's better to send, if you have money coming through PayPal, if you have online business, you accept PayPal, do an instant transfer. It costs a fee or whatever, or do a standard transfer. Send it to your business bank account, and then just use your debit card. If you have personal expenses or something, do it that way, if that's the way you're going to do it. But you want to get everything recorded in that business bank account, because you're going to get a hell of a lot more funding. So yeah, Sparkle Tech window washing. Yeah, it's funny. You said, should I get business credit on both? Well, that's my name. That's trademarked by me. But yeah, you need to get business credit on both. I mean, I would if I were you. I mean, I can tell you right now that when I have over $850,000 in credit lines with all four of my businesses combined, and a majority of that is between two of my businesses, and I didn't have that much income to even prove, with one of those businesses. So I can tell you, as far as income goes, you're in good shape. You just need to kind of prove yourself. Check out my other video where I said about setting up yourself online presence. That's also very important to get the social citations. Get on Yelp, get your businesses on Better Business Bureau, Yelp, eLocal, yellowpages.com, 411. You want to get all that on there. It's very important. It's more important than people think, because those are all underwriting decisions that these underwriters through these big banks, are looking at. And these fintech companies are underwritten through big banks that you don't even know about, that you don't even realize that they're underwritten through these big banks. They just have different underwriting requirements. But the fintech companies, most of those decisions are manually looked at. So your personal credit or your business credit could check out okay, but still they're going to do a Google search and check out and see what a human's going to check out on a Google search. So you want to make sure that you have an online presence, that you can be found online and things match up. But yeah, absolutely, I would say work on your business credit for both. It doesn't cost that much, and it really doesn't cost anything. It's just, I would say you're just going to pay more for, say, Lysol than you could buy on Amazon. So buy Lysol or toilet paper or coffee from Quill or Uline, and maybe it's going to be a little bit cheaper if you buy it on Amazon. You'll save maybe 10%, 15%. But if you buy it through, a net 30 vendor, you're going to be building up business credit. So, it's kind of the cost of doing business, building up business credit. And there's other ones that you got to pay a membership fee, like an annual membership fee. Some of them are worth it, especially if you're just starting off. But yeah, I would definitely say work on building up the business credit. If you're limited on time and everything, I would say work on the one that's generating the most, a $45,000 a month one. I would say work on getting that one built up, or whatever one was established the longest amount of time. So if the $12,000 a month one was established, say, longer than the one that's generating $45,000, I would go working on the one that's established longer. Work on that one, the business credit for that one. So, but yeah, if you could do it, both of them would be great. But the longer the business is established, the better your approval odds are on business credit. But like I said, I got $150,000 approval for a 3-month-old business through Divvy. Um, I had a very high paydex score with Dun and Bradstreet, but I literally busted my ass for 3 months straight building up my tier 1s and tier 2s and got a 91 paydex score. And the Experian Intel score was, I also believe, 91. I think they were both 91. I could be wrong about that. I know my Intel score was with Experian was definitely 91 because I was just looking at that report today, and that's what I'm going to be showing you guys the next couple of days. But yeah, 11 years. I would say 45,000. Yeah, so yeah, if it's 11 years old, man, you're golden. I mean, if you probably already have business credit and you don't even know about it, like you should, if you already have the LLC or whatever set up for 11 years or the INC, it should already be established and you should already have some type of score with some of the agencies that you may not even know about. So I would set up nav.com and get their business boost. So go to nav.com. Sign up for their $39.99 a month business boost. They allow for up to 5. You can add up to 5 businesses. They report that monthly as a utility payment to the business credit bureaus, and it's also going to give you your personal and business credit scores. So you can find out all that information. And if, like I do, I pay quarterly, and they give you a discount where it's only like $100 for every 3 months. So, yeah. But I would say a lot of people were wish they were in your shoes, being established, say, even 11 years, and being able to show, 45,000 a month. The banks don't need to know how much profit you're earning and what type of profit margin you're earning. They just need to see how, that you're actually generating, and you're generating 45,000, and the bank doesn't know, and nobody knows what profit margin you're working at. So, but I would say you're in pretty good shape. Just get working on the business credit. Shoot me an email at info@vanhornmarketing.com if you need assistance or anything. I'll be glad to help you out, give you a free consultation call, for basic one-on-one help if you want. I'm here to help, but I think you're in pretty good shape though overall. Just work on that. Just watch my videos, and if you binge watch my videos, I think you'll be in pretty good shape overall. All right, so we were at the viewers were going down, now they're going up. Okay, so now we got another person come on here. Brandon Sample, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I hope you're a subscriber. I haven't seen that you're subscribed yet, but please subscribe if you haven't already. How many days should you pay your net 30 account? Do you wait for the invoice then pay it? I heard if you pay it too early, they won't report. Good question, Brandon. Great question. So I've got this question asked many times, and I've actually covered it in several of my videos, different parts of my videos. So my rule of thumb is pay it 5 to 7 days early. So don't pay it. It's correct. If you pay it right when they invoice you, there's chances it's going to be treated their system, because a lot of them run like a system it's called Mass 90. It's a software by Sage. So it's a very complex system that integrates with Dun and Bradstreet and Experian. The software costs over $100,000 for a license. So when you pay your invoice after it's after they send it to you or whatever, or email it to you, and you pay it right away, it's not given enough time to even show that it's a open credit account. So you want to give it some time to show that. So but I don't recommend paying it on time directly. Say it's due on the 29th of the month, and then you pay it on the 29th. I don't recommend that, because if they're reporting to, say, Dun and Bradstreet, then it's gonna, I don't want to say hurt you, but it's not gonna really help you as much as if you just paid it early, because with Dun and Bradstreet, one of the factors in their DMBI score is how early you pay. If you pay on time, and if you're an early payer. So if you're an early payer, you're going to get an extra couple points. So that's why I recommend to pay about 5 to 7 days before the invoice is due. So if it's due on the 29th, pay it on the 22nd. That's what I would say. Somewhere around there. That's what I try to say. But I mean, yeah, I mean, you're right. There is certain vendors and stuff, and there's too much guesswork going on. So that it's just a rule of thumb that I try to stay around. Just pay it 5 to 7 days early. You're gonna trigger reporting anyways, as long as it's over 2 weeks or so. You're gonna trigger the reporting that it's open credit. Unless it's ran by some ridiculous company. Make sure you investigate the company that you're doing business with, the vendor credit, because a lot of them there's a lot of vendors out there that claim that they just report to the business credit bureaus, but they don't tell you which ones, and those are the companies that you should be worried about. You need to make sure you find out who they're reporting to, and if they don't say that on their website, then find out and ask them. And because there's no point to get vendor credit through a company that just reports to, say, Creditsafe, or doesn't even report at all. Just doesn't make sense. It doesn't help you in any way. So I hope that answers your question, Brandon. Thanks for coming on here, Brandon. Hope you subscribe, and I got more coming for you guys too. Anybody else have any questions? No problem, Sparkle. No problem. How does the Small Business Financial Exchange help with building business credit? Okay, Birdscape Industries. A lot of them know. Yeah. So Birdscape is also a big follower, and he's right. He's one of the original subscribers, actually. But so to answer your question, Brandon, how does the Small Business Financial Exchange help with building credit? So it's a nonprofit exchange network. So say I own a equipment renting company, or say a logistics trucking company, I can join the Small Business Financial Exchange, and then I offer credits to say I can become a membership. It's a nonprofit company that runs the Small Business Financial Exchange. It's like a data aggregator, basically, for small businesses. So I can offer credit to, say, ABC Plumbing for, say, shipping or something of $5,000. And then if they pay me, then I report that to the Small Business Financial Exchange. And then in return, Dun and Bradstreet has that data. If they pull it and take it, that's up to them. But most of the time, Experian or Equifax is going to pull some of that data. It's not guaranteed, but it's basically like just exchange network, just like it says. You can check out their website. It's a little bit confusing because they're a nonprofit, but it's just exchange network, and everything's very honest with them. They're a great company. I don't even want to call them a credit bureau, because they're not really a credit bureau. They're helping getting honest, info out to the business credit bureaus for small businesses. So they're trying to simplify and help it out. So definitely, if a vendor that you're dealing business with, reports the Small Business Financial Exchange, it's definitely going to help you out with one of the credit reporting business agencies, for sure. It just, some of them, only pull from the Small Business Financial Exchange monthly, or every 60 days, or every 90 days. But pretty much all of them pull from the Small Business Financial Exchange. No problem, Brandon. Glad to help out. Yeah, Birdscape Industries. Yeah, birdscaping. He's right. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of them don't report, and that's what I'm trying to get the information out. They don't report. A lot of these YouTubers are putting out YouTube videos just to get views and just to earn money to get views, and putting out these companies that don't report, and it's just horrible advice. They're trying to make money off you. The YouTubers trying to make money off you by views, get you excited about building business credit, you know, and then they did give you an affiliate link, you know. I do some affiliate links with some of the things that I put out there in my videos, but I'm backing what I put out. You know, I'm backing it because I either do direct business with them or I've vetted the company, you know, as well. So, you know, I'm not flooding things with, you can see I'm not flooding with every other company out there. You know, you don't see me putting reviews out for a lot of these ridiculous companies that other people are putting reviews out there for that are just nonsense, that do not help your business credit at all. Let's see here. Brandon Sample said, my Wells Fargo business credit card does. I didn't know that it would be helpful because people look to build towards that report to the three major business bureaus. No, absolutely. The Wells Fargo business credit card, um, no, I mean, that's like, are you talking about, because I know they have a secured version too. Is it a secured one? The Wells Fargo business secured card? Secured credit card? Or is it Wells Fargo business non-secured but with a PG? But either or, it doesn't matter. But yeah, Wells Fargo, that's like that's the key. A lot of people don't talk about it because they don't make any money off of promoting like Wells Fargo or something. But yeah, I mean, Wells Fargo definitely helps you. I don't personally have Wells Fargo, but a close friend of mine has Wells Fargo business card, and it actually reports to the credit bureaus, the business credit bureaus. In particular, I think Experian. I'll have to do data points if they report to Dun and Bradstreet, but yeah, definitely. I mean, Wells Fargo is great. I mean, they've been around since mail carrier days. I mean, in the 1800s, so very trusted, you know. But yeah, you can't go wrong with them. Um, as far as who I would say is even better, and that's just, you know, I just have bias or whatever, but that's Navy Federal Credit Union. Uh, I do pretty much 90% of all my banking through them, business and personal. I think I got like 14 accounts with Navy Federal Credit Union between credit cards, personal, business, savings, CDs, IRAs. You know, I mean, I'm biased them. They have great customer support. I'll be doing a video about them as well. But not everybody can get into them. Sometimes it can be tricky to get into them if you're not military affiliated. Let's see here, Brandon. When it's unsecure, also, they only report to Small Business Exchange. They don't report to Dun and Bradstreet or Equifax or Experian. I didn't know that, Brandon. I thought that they actually report to Experian, or at least they did report to Experian. Um, but still, at the same point, if they're reporting to the Small Business Financial Exchange, that's still good enough, because even if Dun and Bradstreet, Experian, or Equifax doesn't have that data now, they're gonna put it there. Just uh, they don't pull. Not all of them will pull from Small Business Financial Exchange monthly. So you got to think there's millions and millions of reports. So just like Google indexing websites and stuff. So they may be pulling data today, but it's not going to show up on your credit report through those agencies for, say, 2 months later. It's delayed because you got to think of how many. It's a nonprofit, they're putting out this information, and it's resources through the internet polling that just not. I wrote code for a living, so I know so much about how this works as far as the code and technical aspect of it. But it takes them a while. I don't know the insides of those credit bureaus and how they actually handle it, but I know that they actually pull it from them. What they do with it and how much of that they use, I can't tell you that quite yet, but I'll make a video about that. I have a list on that. One of my lists to dive into the Small Business Financial Exchange and check with Dun and Bradstreet and Experian and Equifax on directly with executives to find out how often they're pulling and what they're using that data, how they're using that data. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a chance in the dark. But it doesn't matter though. Just you have to. One thing I can tell you is the people that focus too much on reporting. Of course, you want to make sure that these vendors are reporting that you're building up business credit with. But if you overanalyze it, then you're not going to get good business credit because you're going to spend all your time consuming about get the business credit. Yeah, you want to get the business credit. That's my business name, get business credit. You want to get the business credit, but don't overcomplex it. Just make sure you're going through the right vendors, And sometimes you have to pay a premium through certain vendors for certain products, but, there's plenty of them out there. I will tell you just only go through ones that I actually recommend on my videos, because then if they don't, you can come back and yell at me if they don't, but other ones that, I can't vouch for. Yeah, exactly. Birdscaping, like he said, building a relationship with a bank like Wells Fargo is a good thing, though. Yeah, I'm sure they do have great products. That's why, that's exactly why I like Navy Federal. When Bank of America would only give me 2,000, Navy Federal gave me 100,000 personal credit cards. So it's but I built that relationship up. Plus, it's a credit union. So it's it's a thing with building the relationship up. Wells Fargo is better than I think like Bank of America or Fifth Third or your traditional bank. I think Wells Fargo is a little bit better, but excuse me. I'm always gonna promote credit unions over big banks because I think that the credit unions will give you better opportunity and give you better funding at the end of the day at lower rates and give you a better chance to, I should say, prove yourself. But if you already have 800 FICO score and you don't care about PG and everything, then you can go through any bank. But yeah, you're correct though. Building a relationship up with a bank is very important. Not just Wells Fargo, any bank. It's very important. But yeah, I got jerked by an associates. Yeah, I haven't done any review. I think I did mention about them, but I think it was one of my very few first videos I put out, and I just gave the information that I got from them through an email that they sent me. But yeah, they don't report. You have to have the Dun and Bradstreet credit builder, if I remember correctly. You need to have. They're just like wise business plans. They're not going to report for you because they don't have the clientele. To report to like Dun and Bradstreet, and even Experian, you got to have that Mass 90 software. These very high expensive licenses to even report, and you have to have so much data to be reporting for Experian, Equifax, and Dun and Bradstreet to even accept you. And Dun and Bradstreet is almost impossible unless you're a multi-million-dollar company to even be able to be a data furnisher for them. I already tried it, but yeah, I mean it's. So you have to have that credit builder program, and it's worth it to a certain degree if you pay the monthly 150 or something if you have enough. But there's other ways you could spend that money and build up business credit. So I wouldn't really advise with that. I mean, but if you have the credit builder, then you can do the self-reporting, and then like Wise Business Plans and that Laughing and Associates will report positive, but it's unnecessary. There's too many other vendors you can go out there and get. Brandon, there is a lot coming up, fintech companies. I mean, um, no, Gal Jones, I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I'm not tired at all. I got my Red Bull, sponsored by Red Bull. No, I'm happy about this webcast. This is awesome, way better than I expected. Yeah, there's a lot of fintech companies out there. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you caught it, Brandon, but I'm already a strategic partner with Divvy. You can see I promote them a lot. I'm a strategic partner with them. And they give very good credit lines. Um, but there's several other ones out there, but I have two new ones that I'm actually going to be showcasing one of them, basically introducing, because there's not one YouTube video out there on them, but it's a new company. I don't want to say they're rich, but they self underwrite. So you're not going to get like $100,000 credit line, even if you're doing a lot of business, but you could get a $5,000 to $20,000 credit line. But just stay tuned. I can't say anything about what the name of the company is until we get our deal worked out and everything. But I would say within the next week or two, we should have that one out. But then there's another one that doesn't give us much that I'm also going to be doing a review about and do an interview with the CEO of the company. And they're not going to give you a huge line of credit, but a couple thousand. You have to understand a lot of these fintech companies, they're going to give you anywhere from 10 to 50% of whatever you have in your business bank account. That's kind of the rule of thumb, depending on who's underwriting it. If it's self-underwriting, then they're going to give you usually about 10% to 20% of whatever your business bank account balance is when they connect through the Plaid platform at the time of applying. So if you have 10,000, and you apply, say with any of these fintech companies that you meet the requirements, then you're likely going to be around, anywhere from $1,000 to $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 credit limit, depending. I really hope my video doesn't look as bad as what I'm seeing on my screen, though, as far as like it's just lagged so bad. Anyways, I promise I'll fix that for the next time for sure. But yeah, Brandon and Birdscaping, yeah, you guys are both correct. Divvy is awesome. I use them honestly for everything. Like everything I use business-wise is all through Divvy. Everything runs. I would say 98% of every expense I pay goes through Divvy. And then I just pay, Divvy once a month. I'm on the Net 30. I actually have two Divvies, but the main high credit limit's on my main business, my drug rehab network business. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, you guys have been awesome. Like, I'm amazed on how many people showing up, and like every time I go to say like closing down or something, then I see more viewers popping up. So I'm happy to stay if you guys have any more questions. But anybody, you guys have any questions? Brandon, you guys are awesome. Yeah, I'm sure you can hear me clear because my microphone's a good mic. It's a studio microphone, but yeah, I think my video's messed up because of I think it's my computer. I'm running too much programs at once, and the RAM is. I need to upgrade my RAM. Anyways, next live cast, I'll have a standalone computer for the live cast. So, um, yeah. Ah, Sparkle Tech Windows Washing still here. Awesome. I love you guys still watching here, man. Um, love you guys watching. This helps me so much, as far as like the YouTube requirements and, the feedback and everything. I never thought I liked teaching until I started this a couple months ago. I think it was in December. I did my second video in December. My first video was like the end of September, and then I just kind of forgot about it after that. That was Global Industrial Supply. And then after that, in December, I decided to do one more video. And then it got a lot of views, a couple hundred views, and then that drove me into putting out more. And literally, like in the last 3 weeks, I think I got 800 subscribers, all organically. So, it's definitely gave me a lot of motivation, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it's hurting my other businesses, but I'm tending to spend more time on YouTube videos and production of like researching companies and interviewing, businesses and stuff to vet before I put out the information to you guys, but I enjoy it, I would like to, I don't want to say retire, but I would like to teach. It's a new passion I have now. It's no, Granger doesn't. I said Global Industrial Supply, not Granger. Global Industrial Supply. They report. That's my very first video back in September 29th, I believe. But no, Granger stopped reporting from all the news that I've heard and the data points that I've got. They stopped reporting a couple months ago. They're pretty nasty about it too, saying that they're not a credit reporting agency and they're sick of hearing people telling them, calling them, asking them if they report. So just leave those companies alone that are, there's too many out there if you know how to look, and, if you follow people like me that are honest, I'll point you guys in the right direction. I don't want you guys to waste money buying something from a company that doesn't report and that's not going to do anything for you and is overpriced. Yeah, birdscaping industries. Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, it means a lot every time you comment on my videos. It puts a smile on my face, even if I'm laying down in bed or whatever. I'll have my phone and I get notifications, and I'll see you guys' comments, commenting, and it gives me more motivation to keep putting out good information. So, you guys just tell me, honest feedback and everything, and how I can make things better, everything. Let's see here. Risk-keeping industries. You have to buy 2,000 worth of stuff a year for them to report to give you net 30. Yeah, I heard that, and honestly, that's ridiculous. I mean, not unless they have stuff in your line of business that you actually need. That is like, if it's gonna cost the same on Amazon or something, then yeah, I could see somebody doing that. But honestly, it's like, for that 2,000 that they're saying you would have to spend to report, you can literally get 10, 15 different trade lines reporting to 3 different agencies for that much money, you know, in a matter of 30 to 90 days. Yeah, so guys, I don't know. I don't think you guys have any. I swear, every single time I say I try to close it, then I look at my screen and then it pops up more people popping up. I swear, I don't know why. This is like the 5th time now. It's like the 5th time. All right, final time. Uh, any more questions you guys have? I'm not being annoyed. I don't mind staying here for the next like 2 more hours. You know, I just don't want to sit here and not be answering any questions. Um, so I don't want the live cast to get boring at all. So, you guys have any more questions at all? Please let me know. If not, I promise maybe in 2 or 3 days I'll do another live cast, and it'll be much better because I will get the video working very clear and no lagging and everything. So sorry about that. Literally, I had no plan to even do this live cast until like 2 hours before I decided I was going to put it up, before I was going to do it. So it was like a spur of the moment thing. So any more questions, you guys? All right, I think that's it. Hey, everybody, I appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a blast. Like, this was an exciting event for me. Like, honestly, this was awesome. Um, Brandon, I'm trying to figure out when to go to the next tier of vendors. Brandon, shoot me an email and we'll talk more and stuff about that. Send me your situation as far as the vendors you've had and stuff. info@vanhornmarketing.com. Just make sure you put your name in there. The same name that you're on YouTube, and then I can connect with you. Same as well, Sparkle Tech Window Washing. If you need help or anything, just shoot me an email. I'm glad to help for free. To give a little bit of advice. Anyways, I'll do another cast probably in about 2 or 3 days. You guys stay tuned until then. I'll do a teaser video before just to remind you guys on when I'm going to do it. A couple hours or a day beforehand, okay? You guys have been awesome. I appreciate it. We went on for 2 hours and 22 minutes. You guys have been awesome. And can't wait until the next time, all right? All right. Love you guys. Take care. Bye. Have a good night.